In sports news, organizers of the Lagos Open have moved today's finals of the second leg of the tennis championships to Monday, October 21st, due to the rains which disrupted play at the open court of the Lagos Lawn Tennis Club. In the women's final, India's Riya Bhatia will take on Slovenia's Nastya Kolar, while in the men's final, champion of the first leg, Calvin Hemery, will face Bosnia's Aldin Secic. Players are, however, impressed with the standard of organization for this year's championship.
Here, 2015, 4 years ago, I can see the organization, they improve a lot. In many things they are now better. But as we see, we have much problem with the rain, so it's making difficult to organizer. They make it everything for today, so I think probably they will cancel for tomorrow. But for sure, in 4 years they improve a lot.
No, it's good. Like you said, organization, it's improving. It's really good. Like this year, they're doing their best. All kids are better, and referees also. They improved the stadium, so. I don't think what I could add. The weather could be better, that's it.
Britain's Andy Murray says he feels very proud after earning his first ATP title since March 2017 with a 3-6, 6-4, 6-4 victory over fellow three-time Grand Slam champion Stan Wawrinka in the Antwerp final earlier today. A former world number one who contemplated retirement earlier this year before undergoing career-saving hip surgery fought back from a set and 3-1 down to claim his 46th career title. Murray became the lowest-ranked ATP champion since number 355 Pablo Andujar triumphed at the 2018 Marrakesh Open. He also becomes the second straight British winner of the European Open after Kyle Edmund defeated Gael Monfils in last year's final for his maiden ATP crown. To the English Premier League, Adam Lallana came off the bench to rescue a point for Liverpool against Manchester United in a Super Sunday clash at Old Trafford. Marcus Rashford opened the scoring for United midway through the first half with his goal allowed to stand after a VAR review of potential foul during the move. And Liverpool's frustration was compounded when a Sadio Mane equaliser was chalked off for a handball. After the break, the visitors pushed hard, with United content to play on the break, and the goal eventually came through Lallana, his first for Liverpool in over 2.5 years. Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab says he is confident that enough MPs will back the Brexit deal from the EU, but it will still happen by the deadline. Despite a major setback to its plans, the government says it will push ahead with efforts to pass its Brexit deal. British Prime Minister, Boris Johnson had to ask the EU for an extension to the UK's 31st October exit date after MPs backed a move to delay approval of the deal on Saturday. The MPs had earlier sent Parliament's letter to Brussels unsigned and accompanied it with a second letter, which was signed explaining why he believed a delay would be a mistake. The government has vowed to press ahead with the legislation, the Withdrawal Agreement Bill, to implement the Brexit deal next week. The U.S. Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper, has confirmed that all U.S. troops withdrawing from northern Syria are expected to be relocated to western Iraq. Mr. Esper says under current plans, about 1,000 soldiers will be redeployed to help stop the resurgence of Islamic State. President Donald Trump had previously pledged to bring U.S. troops home. Meanwhile, a Kurdish-led force said it had withdrawn all its fighters from the besieged town of Ras al-Ain on Sunday. The U.S. withdrawal from northern Syria paved the way for a Turkish military offensive against Kurdish fighters, which is now being paused to give the Kurds time to withdraw from the frontier. In Hong Kong, a group of hardcore protesters threw petrol bombs at a police station as violence flared during a banned march that drew tens of thousands of people. Authorities refused permission for a march through an upmarket shopping area, citing public order concerns. But large numbers defied authorities, with a small group of black-clad protesters attacking a police station. Hong Kong has been convulsed by pro-democracy protests for 4 months now. The unrest in the territory, which is part of China but enjoys unique freedoms, has been the worst crisis since the British handover in 1997. And the main news again. The Minister of Finance, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, today announced the World Bank's approval of $3 billion to reform the nation's power sector. Also today, the impeached Deputy Governor of Kogi State, Saman Achuba, described his impeachment as illegal and unconstitutional and insisted he is still the state's Deputy Governor. And the British government has insisted October 31st deadline for Brexit stands in spite of major setbacks. That is the news at 10 tonight. Thank you for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani. Good night.